Cleopatra, the last queen of ancient Egypt, Part 1. Learn English through history, Level A2B1. Welcome. Hello everyone. Welcome to Learn Easy English. Today, we will travel back more than 2,000 years to meet one of the most famous women in history. Her name was Cleopatra. Many people think they already know her story. They imagine a beautiful queen wearing a golden crown and living in a magnificent palace. But Cleopatra was much more than a beautiful queen. She was intelligent, brave, highly educated, and one of the most powerful rulers of the ancient world. In today's lesson, we will learn about her childhood, her family, her education, and how she became the Queen of Egypt. As you listen, try to learn new English words naturally. Let's begin our journey. A princess is born. Around 69 BC, a baby girl was born in the great city of Alexandria, Egypt. Her name was Cleopatra VII. She was born into the royal family called the Ptolemaic dynasty. This family had ruled Egypt for almost 300 years. But there was something surprising. Although Cleopatra ruled Egypt, her family originally came from Greece, not Egypt. Many years earlier, a famous general named Ptolemy became king after the death of Alexander the Great. Since then, his family ruled Egypt generation after generation. When Cleopatra was born, Egypt was already one of the richest countries in the world. The country produced grain, gold, papyrus, beautiful glass, perfumes, and many valuable goods. Ships from Africa, Asia, and Europe arrived every day in Alexandria. The city was full of merchants, travelers, scientists, teachers, artists, and sailors. It was one of the busiest cities on earth. Imagine walking through its streets. You would hear many different languages. You would smell fresh bread, spices, flowers, and food from many countries. People wore colorful clothes. Large ships filled the harbor. Busy markets were everywhere. The city was alive with energy. This was the world where young Cleopatra grew up. The great city of Alexandria. Alexandria was not an ordinary city. It was one of the greatest cities in history. It was founded by Alexander the Great around 331 BC. The city became famous because it connected 3 continents: Africa, Asia, and Europe. Merchants came from everywhere to buy and sell products. There were large markets full of fruit, vegetables, jewelry, clothes, spices, books, and animals. People could buy almost anything. One of the most famous buildings was the Library of Alexandria. It was the greatest library in the ancient world. Thousands and thousands of books were carefully collected there. Scientists, mathematicians, doctors, philosophers, and writers visited the library every year. They wanted to study, discover new ideas, and share knowledge. Young Cleopatra loved learning. She often listened to teachers. She asked many questions. She wanted to understand everything around her. Unlike many children of her age, she enjoyed reading more than playing. Her teachers quickly realized something special. She learned very fast. She remembered almost everything she read. She was curious about the world. She wanted to know how countries became powerful. She wanted to understand people. She wanted to become a great ruler one day. Cleopatra's family. Life inside the royal palace was not peaceful. It was dangerous, very dangerous. Cleopatra's father was King Ptolemy XII. He ruled Egypt, but many people did not respect him. Some believed he was weak. Others believed he spent too much money. Many powerful people wanted to replace him. Inside the palace, family members did not always trust each other. Brothers competed against brothers. Sisters competed against sisters. Everyone wanted power. Even children understood that becoming king or queen was not easy. Cleopatra watched all of this while she was still young. She learned an important lesson. Power could disappear very quickly. A ruler had to be intelligent, careful, and prepared. A different princess. Most princesses spent their days enjoying luxury. Cleopatra was different. She loved books. She loved history. She loved science. She loved mathematics. She loved geography. She loved medicine. She also loved languages. This made her very unusual. Many rulers needed translators. Cleopatra did not. Historians believe she could speak many languages. She spoke Greek perfectly. She learned Egyptian. She also learned Latin, Hebrew, Ethiopian, Arabic, and several other languages. Whenever visitors arrived from another country, Cleopatra often spoke directly to them. People were surprised. Instead of using translators, the young princess welcomed guests in their own language. This helped people trust her. It also made the death of the king. When Cleopatra was about 18 years old, something important happened. Her father, King Ptolemy XII, became very sick. Soon, he died. According to his final wishes, Cleopatra and her younger brother Ptolemy XIII would rule Egypt together. This was a tradition in the Ptolemaic family. Brothers and sisters often ruled together. Sometimes they even married each other to keep power inside the royal family. Today, this sounds very strange, but at that time, it was normal for the rulers of ancient Egypt. Although Cleopatra and her brother shared the throne, they did not trust each other. Cleopatra wanted to become a strong and independent queen. Her brother was only about 10 years old. Because he was so young, several powerful advisors controlled him. These advisors wanted the real power for themselves. They believed Cleopatra was becoming too popular. They were afraid that she would rule Egypt alone. Slowly, the relationship between Cleopatra and her brother became worse. Every meeting ended with arguments. Every decision created new problems. Soon, Egypt had two rulers but only one throne. A queen who wanted change. Cleopatra had big dreams for Egypt. She wanted the country to become rich again. She wanted farmers to grow more food. She wanted trade with other countries to increase. She wanted the people to respect their queen. Unlike many rulers before her, Cleopatra learned the Egyptian language. This surprised many people. Most members of her family spoke only Greek, but Cleopatra wanted to speak directly with ordinary Egyptians. When she visited villages, she talked with farmers. She asked questions. She listened carefully. Many people admired her because she respected their culture. The people slowly began to love their young queen. But inside the palace, her enemies became even more worried. Dangerous enemies. The advisors around young King Ptolemy XIII began making secret plans. One advisor named Pothinus became especially powerful. He believed Cleopatra was a danger. He wanted to remove her from power forever. Little by little, Cleopatra lost support inside the palace. Her friends disappeared. Some were arrested, others escaped. Many people became afraid to help her. One morning, Cleopatra received terrible news. Soldiers were searching for her. Her enemies wanted to capture her. She had only one choice. She had to leave Alexandria immediately. Escape into the desert. Cleopatra escaped from the royal palace. She traveled across the hot Egyptian desert with a small group of loyal followers. The journey was long. The sun was extremely hot. Food was limited. Water was precious. Every day was dangerous. Bandits attacked travelers. Wild animals lived in the desert. Enemy soldiers searched for the queen. But Cleopatra refused to give up. Instead of hiding forever, she began making a new plan. She knew she needed an army. She knew she needed powerful friends. Most importantly, she knew she needed patience. Great leaders do not always win their battles immediately. Sometimes they must wait for the perfect moment. Cleopatra understood this better than most people. Trouble in Egypt. While Cleopatra was away, Egypt became weaker. There were problems everywhere. Some farmers could not grow enough food. Trade became slower. People argued about politics. Many citizens worried about the future. Meanwhile, another great power was watching Egypt very carefully. That power was Rome. At that time, Rome was becoming the strongest empire in the Mediterranean world. Its armies were famous. Its leaders wanted more land. Egypt was rich. Egypt produced huge amounts of grain. Rome wanted to control this valuable country. Very soon, Roman politics would completely change Cleopatra's life. A powerful Roman general. Far away in Rome, a famous military leader was winning many battles. His name was Julius Caesar. Caesar was one of the greatest generals in Roman history. He conquered many lands. His soldiers respected him. His enemies feared him. But Rome itself was also divided. A civil war had started. Caesar fought against another powerful Roman leader named Pompey. After losing an important battle, Pompey escaped by ship. He sailed across the Mediterranean Sea. His destination was Egypt. He hoped the young Egyptian king would help him. But what happened next shocked the entire ancient world. King Ptolemy XIII believed that killing Pompey would make Julius Caesar happy. So when Pompey arrived in Egypt, he was betrayed and murdered before he even reached the palace. The young king believed he had solved a problem. Instead, he created a much bigger one. When Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria and learned what had happened, he was shocked. He believed Pompey should have been treated with honor. Instead of thanking the young king, Caesar became angry. Now Rome was directly involved in Egypt's royal conflict. Cleopatra immediately, the death of the king. A dangerous plan. Cleopatra was hiding outside Alexandria. Every day she thought about her next move. She knew that time was running out. If Julius Caesar decided to support her brother, she would lose everything. Her kingdom, her palace, and perhaps even her life. She needed to speak with Caesar before anyone else did. But walking through the palace gates was impossible. Enemy guards were watching every entrance. Her face was well known. The moment they saw her, they would arrest her. Most people would have given up. Cleopatra did not. She believed that every problem had a solution. She only needed to find it. The clever idea. One evening, Cleopatra met one of her most loyal friends. His name was Apollodorus. He was brave, intelligent, and completely loyal to the queen. Together, they created a secret plan. According to the ancient story, Cleopatra wrapped herself inside a large carpet or a thick linen cloth. Apollodorus carried the rolled carpet through the palace gates as if it were a simple gift for Julius Caesar. The Roman guards looked at the gift. It seemed completely normal. No one imagined that the Queen of Egypt was hidden inside. The guards allowed Apollodorus to enter. He slowly walked through the palace, past the soldiers, past the servants, past the royal rooms. Finally, he reached Julius Caesar. The carpet was carefully placed on the floor. Then something amazing happened. The carpet was slowly unrolled. Out stepped Cleopatra herself. Imagine Julius Caesar's surprise. Only a few seconds earlier, he expected an ordinary gift. Instead, he found the young Queen of Egypt standing in front of him. It was one of the boldest entrances in history. The first conversation. No one knows the exact words they spoke, but historians believe Cleopatra remained calm and confident. She explained everything. She told Caesar about her father's death. She described how her younger brother's advisors had forced her to leave the palace. She explained that Egypt needed peace. She also explained that she wanted to rule fairly. Julius Caesar listened carefully. He was already famous for understanding people. He quickly realized that Cleopatra was different. She was intelligent. She spoke clearly. She understood politics. She knew several languages. She did not ask Caesar for pity. Instead, she asked for justice. This impressed the Roman general, Julius Caesar. At this time, Julius Caesar was about 50 years old. He had spent most of his life leading armies. He had won many battles across Europe. He had defeated powerful enemies. Many people believed he was the greatest military leader in the world. But Caesar was more than a soldier. He was also an excellent politician. He understood that Egypt was extremely important. Rome needed Egyptian grain to feed its growing population. A stable Egypt was good for Rome. A civil war in Egypt could create many problems. After meeting Cleopatra, Caesar believed she might be the best person to rule the country. A new alliance. Soon, Caesar announced that he wanted Cleopatra and her brother to rule Egypt together, just as their father had requested. But Ptolemy XIII and his advisors refused. They wanted complete control. They were furious that Caesar supported Cleopatra. The palace became a dangerous place. Roman soldiers protected Caesar. Egyptian soldiers surrounded the city. Everyone expected war. Inside the palace, Cleopatra remained calm. She continued meeting with Caesar. Together they discussed Egypt's future. Outside, thousands of soldiers prepared for battle. The city of Alexandria was becoming a battlefield. The siege of Alexandria. Soon fighting began. The streets became dangerous. People stayed inside their homes. Shops closed. Merchants stopped trading. Roman soldiers defended the palace. Egyptian forces attacked from outside. The fighting continued day after day. Food became harder to find. Many families became frightened. Some historians believe that during these battles, part of the famous Library of Alexandria was damaged by fire. Although historians still debate exactly how much was destroyed, everyone agrees that this was a tragic event for human knowledge. Thousands of valuable books may have been lost forever. For Cleopatra, the war was personal. She was not only fighting for a throne, she was fighting for her country's future. She knew that if she lost, everything her family had built could disappear. A queen under pressure. Many people would have become afraid, but Cleopatra continued working every day. She met advisors. She spoke with Roman officers. She planned future reforms. She encouraged her supporters. She believed that true leaders do not disappear during difficult times. True leaders stay with their people, even when danger is everywhere. This attitude earned Cleopatra even more respect. Her courage inspired. The fighting around Alexandria grew more intense each day. Roman soldiers fiercely defended the city from Egyptian attacks. Egyptian forces launched land assaults and navigated the Nile River with boats. The streets were filled with fear and uncertainty among the residents. Families stayed inside their homes, fearing the chaos outside. Many shops closed their doors, unable to operate during the turmoil. Ships struggled to enter the harbor safely as violence raged nearby. People prayed desperately that the war would soon come to an end. Julius Caesar realized that staying inside the palace was no longer an option. He knew he needed more soldiers to turn the tide of the battle. He sent messages to Roman commanders in distant lands requesting reinforcements. Soon, help arrived from Rome, crossing the desert in a march of strength. The new Roman troops caught sight of Alexandria's walls and smiled with determination. Now Caesar felt prepared for the pivotal final battle ahead. The last confrontation took place near the majestic Nile River. This was a crucial moment in Cleopatra's life, defining her destiny. Roman soldiers, experienced and disciplined, fought with organized precision. They moved together in tightly knit units, showing their training and unity. The Egyptian army, brave but disorganized, struggled to hold their ground. During the chaos, King Ptolemy XIII attempted to slip away in a boat. He and his followers hurriedly boarded a small vessel to escape the fighting. However, the boat became overloaded and began to capsize in the river. Ancient historians recount that the boat overturned in the Nile's currents. Ptolemy XIII drowned as he was swept away by the rushing water. His body was later discovered by his loyal followers along the riverbank. With the king's death, Cleopatra's biggest rival was gone forever. The war finally drew to a close with Egypt's victory and loss of its king. The city of Alexandria grew quiet once more, free from the chaos of war. People gradually resumed their daily routines, and routines resumed their pace. Markets reopened, bustling with traders and shoppers alike. Ships returned safely to the harbor, once again filled with goods and visitors. Children emerged into the streets, playing happily amidst the restored peace. After months of fear and fighting, Egypt finally exhaled, ready to breathe again. Cleopatra stepped into Alexandria, triumphant as the queen once more. The city greeted her with music, flowers, and public celebrations of victory. For the second time, she took her place on the royal throne, her heart weighed with new wisdom. She understood clearly how fragile power could be and how quickly it could fade. Instead of becoming proud, Cleopatra grew more cautious and careful in her rule. Her focus shifted to rebuilding Egypt and restoring stability to her land. She recognized that peace was essential for her people's future and their well-being. In her mind, Rome was now Egypt's strongest ally, a vital partner for peace. Without Julius Caesar's support, her return to power might never have happened. As queen, Cleopatra worked tirelessly to strengthen her kingdom's economy and culture. She promoted trade, repaired damaged structures, and supported education for her people. Merchants from distant lands arrived, eager to exchange goods and share ideas. Egypt gradually regained prosperity, its beauty shining once more. Following the victory, Cleopatra and Julius Caesar journeyed along the Nile together. The river was Egypt's lifeblood, nurturing its fields and civilizations for centuries. As they sailed southward, they marveled at ancient temples, lush farmland, and lively fishing villages. Caesar learned about Egypt's rich traditions and remarkable craftsmanship firsthand. He saw the deep respect Egyptians had for their history and culture. Cleopatra proudly showcased her nation's achievements and grandeur. She wanted Caesar to see Egypt not just as a kingdom, but as a civilization of great significance. Later, Cleopatra gave birth to a son named Ptolemy XV, affectionately called Caesarion. Many Egyptians celebrated his birth, believing he might be a future ruler. To Cleopatra, Caesarion symbolized hope for a peaceful and powerful Egypt's future. She vowed to give him the best education: history, languages, mathematics, and politics. She believed that wisdom was the greatest treasure a ruler could possess. Though Caesar enjoyed Egypt's beauty, troubles called him back to Rome. The Roman Republic's political conflicts grew more intense every day. Realizing he couldn't remain in Egypt forever, Caesar prepared to leave. He watched ships loading as the harbor filled with mournful farewell feels. Cleopatra stood quietly by the harbor, knowing this farewell was significant. Caesar promised he would continue supporting Egypt's prosperity and peace.